Hi everybody, I hope everybody is doing well. So, I would just like to start by saying there may be audio issues in this video. I apologize, I'm trying to fix it. But this reading is going to be about the shooting that occurred in Georgia yesterday at Apalachee High School in the city of Winder, Georgia. Colt Gray, who is 14 years old, is charged with 4 counts of murder. He killed 2 teachers and 2 pupils. 8 students and 1 other teacher were injured, and he will be in court tomorrow. I believe he's being charged as an adult. His victims were, those who died, were Christina Arami and Richard Aspinwall, who were teachers, and then 14-year-old students Mason Shimmerhorn and Christian Angulo. Sorry if I butchered their names, I apologize. The gun that Colt used was an AR platform style weapon. And also last year in May, the National Threat Operations Center alerted local law enforcement that they had received anonymous tips, that there were online threats to commit a school shooting at an unidentified location and time. They were able to determine that the threats originated in Georgia. They then interviewed Colt and his father. Colt and his father reported that there were guns in the home, but Colt didn't have access to them. Colt denied the threats. The school was notified of the threats, and at the time, no charges were warranted. So far, there's no more motive or targets known in the shooting yesterday. So this reading is going to be about motive and targets. I'm going to look and see why Colt did this. Bottom of the deck is Transformation in Reverse, which is the Tower card. He was trying to build something. I feel like it's a name for himself. So this kid feels like someone that was not popular, who kind of like blended into the background and wanted to be seen for the very first time, but obviously in a negative way. I just heard the word teach. I feel like he wanted to teach them a lesson. I just heard the word scorn. This kid may have been bullied, or other students looked down on him for some reason. I just heard poverty. He wasn't rich like other kids, but we'll look deeper into it and see what comes about. You know what I just heard, which is so crazy? I don't know, this may age me, but when I was young, there was a show called Saved by the Bell. And there was a character on that show named Screech. And Screech was kind of like a geek, but he was like a geek that hung out with cool kids. I think they're trying to say he was like Screech. Like Screech was a geek, but he was like really kind of like funny. Which is interesting. Anyone who actually knows this child could let me know if that's an accurate description. And after I'm gonna look Screech up. and remind myself what was like. Like wiry, he was like skinny, curly, like afro-like hair, and he was funny, and he, kind of was like the geeky funny guy. Disruption, which is the tower, and accelerated motion. Something happened that day. Something happened. Something in his life fell apart and he just started shooting. This is the Eight of Wands in regular tarot. Something happened. There was a trigger. I don't feel... I don't feel like the intention was to go to school and start shooting. But it was like a 50-50, depending on how the day went, and it went wrong. It's kind of like, okay, well, if this person does this today, I'm gonna start shooting. But if they leave me alone today, it'll be fine. That's what it was like. It was like 50-50. Third eye chakra in reverse and disruption. He saw something and he started shooting. This may be a case of sticking up for somebody else. There's like bullying involved for sure. And he saw something and everything fell apart. What did he see? I just heard scare. Scare? Maybe he didn't intend on actually killing anybody. Triumphant success in reverse, which is the Ace of Swords. And accelerated motion. This was not my idea. This was not my idea, but everything happened so fast. I would be looking into this kid's friends because I feel like there was some pressure. And I also feel like he knew what he was doing was wrong and did it anyway. There's others behind this. I don't think pulled the trigger, but encouraged. Power in reverse, which is the Strength card, and Deception and Deception and Envy, which is the Seven of Swords in regular tarot. He thought that it was going to make him feel powerful, but it was a lie. He regrets what he did. He wishes that he could take it back. His life is virtually over. He'll likely be in jail for the rest of his life, I would think. But, I mean, the justice system can be kind of, screwy. And if he gets out in, say, 25 years, that would make him 39. I mean, you could still live a life at that age. kind of not fair. Financial and material changes, which is the Five of Pentacles. I feel like when he started shooting, he felt like it was the right thing to do because he felt like he was correcting an injustice. There's also an issue related to money. It's like, I feel like he was teased about money, and the statement was kind of like saying, I'm not poor, or I shouldn't have been treated this way because I was poor. It's like money, his thing is like money doesn't, shouldn't be important when judging a person. This kid was bullied, and I feel like the group that he associated with was bullied. Victory and success in reverse, which is the Six of Wands, and wisdom. It's like he knew what he's doing was wrong. Like spiritually, I feel like there's like a religious aspect here. Like he comes from like a religious background. There's also an issue with being mad at God. Third eye chakra in reverse in partnerships and alliances. It's like I didn't see things getting any better. I didn't see anybody caring about me or wanting to be around me. It's like he didn't see these people as like people because of the way that he was treated. It's like they just became targets. Look at that. Love begins, which is the Ace of Cups, and wisdom, which is the Hierophant in reverse. He did not experience love. So there's family issues. Another thing I want to know too is if his parents are going to be charged with a crime like Ethan Crumbley. I think that was his name, Crumbley for sure. I believe his first name was Ethan. This kid had a lot of friends. Rest and rejuvenate, which is the Four of Swords in reverse. Conflict and defeat, which is the Five of Swords. It's like he didn't feel good about what he was doing. But it's like he couldn't express himself properly. It's like he didn't have an outlet. I don't feel like his parents understood him. And then all those pressures of school. It's like he was just seeking for someone to look at him and see that he was in distress and that he needed to be cared for. Bottom of the deck. Partnerships and alliances, which is the Three of Cups. Bottom of the deck. Positive movement forward. Yeah, Eight of Pentacles. It's like I'm trying to be happy. It's like I'm doing things to be happy, and it's not working. Look at that. Recognition and reward, which is the Three of Pentacles. That's what he was looking for. He just wanted to be seen and went about it in the wrong way. And he also knew, based on, just before I came on, I heard on the television that he had been writing something about past school shootings, so he knew that that was a way that he could finally be seen. The whole world knows who he is now. Foundation and achievements, Four of Wands. There's an issue with the parents not paying attention to him. It's like he was trying to get value in the wrong way. Especially at home. His parents were ignoring him. Accelerated motion, Eight of Wands. Yeah, so this was just another attempt to get attention. I just heard my worth. The truth. Which is not my destiny. Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, he knows he shouldn't have done this. Truth, which is judgment. Yeah, this was all about being seen. It's like saying to everyone, you ignored me before, but now I have your attention. Now you know who I am. Now you care. I want sacral chakra. I want to be somebody. He just felt like mediocre. Like he's just living this sad existence. And he wanted something to stand on. Even though it was bad. Light, which is the sun. Everything happened so fast and I got caught. Again, this is like, I did all these things to get attention and nothing worked, but this did. This got everybody's attention. This is a kid that was just longing to be cared for and loved. Triumphant success. Ace of Swords. Yeah. Again, it's just like I wanted attention. I came up with the plan because I knew this was a surefire way. But it's like bad attention. It's almost like any publicity is good publicity in his mind. Shadow, which is the moon. There's issues with this family. There's issues with this family. that have been hidden, which I feel like are gonna come out. He wants to hide them though. This is like a weird way for him to get a family. And again, this is like, I want something to stand on because I'm invisible. Like he's invisible here and now he's seen. But there's definitely something about him wanting to have a family, and he thinks that in jail he's gonna have a family. Bad family. Rest and rejuvenate. 4 of Swords. He's glad he got caught. And the deed is done. Now he feels like he can rest. Because he has succeeded in his plan. Now everybody knows who he is. But what he's not considering is that he's famous now, right? But what he's not considering is how badly he has hurt people. He has now made, I would say, mortal enemies, really. People who would like to see him die. Like, he could have worked on, you know, being more sociable. Or, you know, high school's a difficult time. Who knows, once he went to college, if he went to college, or once he got into the workforce, who knows what could have happened, right? So now he has these, yeah, you're famous, but now you have people that are very upset with you. Who wouldn't shed a tear, you know what I mean, if you no longer existed? So it's bad attention. But, like, I don't think he considers that in his, you know, 14-year-old mind. Crown chakra. It's like, I know. It's like, yeah, I know I got what I wanted. The waiting game, which is the 2 of Wands? 2 of Wands. Premeditation. This card speaks premeditation to me. He planned this. I think they said a year, but I think it's even before that. But he was hiding what he was gonna do. But this is all like an emergence. Like I'm coming out of the darkness. This premeditation. Planned. Memories of love. 6 of Cups. Regret. This is his future. He's going to be in prison and he's going to regret everything that he has done. And then he's going to consider all the things that he took for granted. His parents, the ability to just wake up when he wanted, do what he wanted, go to school, be around other people, all those things that he thought he hated, he's going to realize that things weren't as bad as he thought they were. And that's really typical. And you know what, I would say to all teenagers who are having a difficult time, things get better. it's nothing is permanent, even though it feels like it. And really, it's the saying is true. Like, you really do not know what you have until it's gone. It's like he's gonna spend the rest of his teenage years in jail, most of probably his adult life in jail, all of those things he's going to miss, having a family, being with your friends and family, celebrating holiday, like, now you're going to be told what to do, when to do it, what you can buy, where you can go. Like, you're going to be locked in a cell, and then you have to worry about the other violent inmates that you were, housed with. New beginnings, the Fool Guard. Yeah. Prosperity begins, which is the Ace of Pentacles. You know what's interesting? Like, I feel like he got teased for being poor, and now he feels like he's on the way to being rich. I think that he's thinking he's gonna get money offers for what he's done. There's like an element of like, now I'm the rich one and you're the poor ones. Something about striking fear. Third eye chakra, which is I see. Love begins. Ace of Cups. He's like shifted. He thinks he's gonna be famous, like people are gonna be in love with him or fascinated with him, like, or intrigued by him. I also feel like he thinks he's gonna be famous in the way that like serial killers are famous. He's like thinking about it like women or girls. He just thinks people are going to be fascinated with him. It's like you hear about these girls that love serial killers. He's thinking that is, but he thinks people are going to just be in love with him, and want to talk to him because of what he's done. But there's something that has shifted in him that's negative. Wisdom, which is the Hierophant. Yeah, he thinks he's going to get money for this. Interviews, book deals. People are going to want to know what he was thinking and pay him. Can you get paid for like interviews when you're in jail? He's gonna be on TV. Power, strength. I feel like he witnessed a fight and started shooting. There's something that I think he witnessed, like bullying or something like that, and started shooting. And he wanted to like take his power back or show power. It's like, oh, you want to do this? Next time you'll think twice. Spiritual union, 2 of cups. Yeah, like he thinks that he's gonna get like recognition. And he's like gonna find his tribe based on what he has done. Passion ignited, Ace of Wands. He's already planning in his mind how he's gonna prosper off of this incident financially. Intuition, High Priestess. He thought this was a good way to become strong. Movement, choices, and decisions. 2 of Pentacles. Yeah, that's what he's trying to do, is to build relationships by hurting people. That's interesting. And he feels like he's gonna find a relationship. Sorry, my phone's ringing. Find relationships based on what he has done. Heartache and loss. 3 of Swords. He's sadly mistaken. He's not going to prosper off of this financially. And he's not going to find good relationships. Suffering and silence. 9 of Swords. Again, I thought this would make me strong internally, but it's just caused suffering. He's no longer going to be able to sleep. And he's going to be in jail thinking about all of the things that he has lost. What was the motive? He was unseen and wanted to be seen. He did not have proper relationships in his mind, and he wanted relationship. Was there a target? I feel like there was. There was 2 things. There was encouragement from someone to do this. And there was a trigger, which was bullying. Someone exerting dominance, and he wanted to take it back. Sorry, my phone's ringing again. But I'm gonna end it here. Was there a motive? Yes. And was there a target? I don't per se say it was a target, but a trigger. He saw bullying and snapped. But there was also like an expectation. Like there was an expectation of an interaction that happened. And he was basing his actions that day on whether or not this expected interaction was going to occur or not. And it did occur, and that set him off. So I suppose there was a trigger. A target. There was an expected circumstance that occurred regularly that pushed this forward. And I believe that he would not have started shooting if that expected circumstance did not occur. So I feel like he was being bullied, or someone that he knew was being bullied, and he was sick of it, and also he had the need for exposure. So I'm going to stop there, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.